Darwin Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates with global footprints. It is setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe for multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines, and many other sectors.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Market Today on Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra, with me is Shail Patnagar. This is a show where we help you understand the closing trades, and the markets have been facing a tough day today. 220 points lower in trade for the Nifty, 21,834, a % loss for the benchmark indices, and over a % loss for the broader markets as well. The Nifty Bank is lower in trade as well, and we can see about a % cut on that index too. All the sectoral indices are down in trade as of now, and the markets are hovering near the day's low as well. In fact, with today's loss, the benchmark indices have in fact turned negative for the year 2024. The big question is, where are the markets headed? What are the key factors that are escalating the selling pressure in the markets, and what is the way forward from here? Shell, looks like it is going to be a tough last session as well, last trading hour as well, after the whole day's painful point that we have seen.
Yeah, good afternoon to all viewers. Sakshi, you've more or less explained what Nifty is likely to do, so let's move ahead.
Okay, let's welcome our guest on the show. Raghavendra Singh now joins in. He's a market expert. Raghavendra, very good afternoon to you. Good to have you with us. Do tell us, what do you make of this fall, and do you think that there could be further correction from these current levels as well? And if yes, then how much more downside do you see in the markets from now on?
Very good afternoon, Sakshi. As far as Nifty and Bank Nifty is concerned, we can clearly see that Nifty is down around more than 200 points just because of TCS. But Bank Nifty has taken support around 46,200 and 300. The support is followed by Kotak Bank, you can say, and the SDFC Bank. Both stocks are, giving support to Bank Nifty. See, the thing is, Nifty below 22,000 is not a good sign. We were discussing day for yesterday on a channel that 22,000 straddle was trading around 180 and 200 level. That means 21,800 is the strong support, and 22,200 is the strong resistance. Now we are trading around 21,800 below the support level. So I think this can extend the fall, till 21,600, 21,700, because we are into the expiry week, and see the put writers from 22,000 levels have been already witnessed some unwinding. So I believe this can extend the losses till 21,600, 21,700 level. So I believe this selling pressure can continue tomorrow as well.
Okay. Raghavendra, any particular stocks that you're looking at? Which are the top two stock ideas that you would like to share with our viewers?
Kotak Bank has given a very strong breakout above 1730, and the highest open interest seen at 1700. So I believe 1700 level should not break in this month, and I believe 1800 plus level can touch very soon. Apart from that, pharma stocks are not looking good. Especially Biocon. Biocon has broken down the strong support at 260, 265 level, now trading below 250. So I believe the Biocon extend the losses until 230, 235 level it can touch. So these two stocks are looking, to trade for the next trading session.
Okay. Right. So Biocon and Kotak Mahindra Bank, the two top stock ideas from Raghavendra. Raghavendra, what we've been also seeing is that the private banks which were trying to support the markets in the recent downturn, they have again started to, fall in this in this falling market again. So Kotak Mahindra Bank, you did say, is an outstander, but we're not seeing supports coming in from, say, ICICI Bank or an HDFC Bank or an Axis Bank again. How would you really look at the private banks versus the PSU banks that have performed better?
PSU Bank have given, they had already given a good run up in recent times. Now it is a time for profit booking in the entire PSU sector, PSU banks. Now, except ICICI and Axis Bank, SDFC and Kotak was the two stocks who were, lagging behind with the rally of Bank Nifty. Now, if Bank Nifty need to cross above 47,000, 48,000, I think these two stocks can be a good mover for them. So Kotak Bank and SDFC, these two stocks are looking good on chart, and I think apart from other private bank and other PSU bank, these two stocks can hold the Bank Nifty and they can push the Bank Nifty on the higher level.
Okay. Where exactly would you look sectorally for, buying in this downturn and, of course, deploying fresh money? If you can tell us, Raghavendra, where is it that valuations are looking attractive after the recent fall?
I think metal sectors are looking very attractive at these levels, especially SAIL, Tata Steel, NMDC. So entire metal pack is looking very good because metal index has taken a strong base. They have made very strong base around 7,800, 7,900 level. Now entire metal pack is looking very good, and I think delivery buying is going on. So I think these sectors can outperform for the monthly expiry. So especially SAIL, NMDC, Tata Steel, JSW Steel, these stocks can outperform.
Okay. SEAL, Tata Steel, those kind of metal counters to outperform going forward from here. Would you also have a view, Raghavendra, on the stocks that have been hogging all the limelight amid the big block deals that are really taking place, especially TCS, ABSL we saw in the morning as well, and of course a slew of companies have been looking at block deals really taking place all of March up until thus far. Of course, there is pressure building up, 4% down TCS is trading at. Would you really look at this as a good buying on dip kind of a strategy that investors should be looking at TCS from a long-term perspective specifically?
Absolutely, Sajid. This is the golden opportunity for the buyer of TCS, the investor for the long term. So I believe TCS can give a very good run up after this fall. So I believe this is really a good opportunity. Apart from this, I think Aditya Birla and Indus Tower block deal. So these two stocks are just exchanging the hand. So I don't think there could be more downside in these two stocks. But TCS is really looking good at this uh, point of time, and I think this can give a good run up on the higher side.
Okay. So that's as far as TCS is concerned. What about the other, IT stocks, especially the mid-cap IT firms as well? How would your fresh view be across the board on the IT segment? Because this has emerged as one of the pain points in the recent last 2 to 3 days of a sell-off. Nifty IT is the one that's been dragging the markets. Of course, today there is a TCS news flow, but over the last few days, again, we've been seeing underperformance from IT space. Why exactly is that happening, and do you foresee further pain here?
So actually, entire IT pack was trading at bit overbought zone. We have seen IT index was trading around 38,000 level. From there, it has given a strong, uh, not a strong I can say, but it has given a very small profit booking around 2 to 3%, which is good. So now I believe the entire IT pack has at trading at a very attractive valuation also, and then it is
Okay.
looking good for short-term trading. So I think Persistent and LTTIM, these two stocks in the mid-cap IT stock, I think is looking good. Apart from this, Wipro again trading below 500. So this stock also, one can buy this stock with the stop loss of 480. Target should be around 530, 535.
caught that. So those are the two stock ideas, persistence and LTS at this point in time that you are bullish on as far as the IT names are concerned. Let's again talk about some of the stocks that are in fact buzzing in trade, and then we'll come back to the broader themes as well of mid and the small caps, which I want to discuss with you. So Raghavendra, today F&O space is abuzz with few stocks. From the banking and the financial space, it's Bajaj Finance that picking up pace. It's RBL Bank that has been in an uptrend. Max Financial Services has come back in flavor again in trade today. Anything from the NBFC space that you believe that after the recent downturn, should one be looking at this space at all?
Definitely, Bajaj Finance was around, was trading around 64, 6,500 after the recent fall from 7,300 level. Now it is trading a very attractive valuation. Now the stock is trading at 35, 40 P multiple. So I think the stock have potential to cross 7,000 level. Bajaj Finance, one can buy with the stop loss of 6,400, and the target should be around 7,000 plus level. Apart from this, I don't think any other NBFC are looking very good, but this Bajaj Finance are very attractive.
Okay. The other important factor, Raghavendra, is the way, global central banks are now going to be moving forward as far as the interest rate cycle is concerned. Of course, we will be eyeing the big US Fed outcome as well today, and tomorrow night is when we do expect the outcome to come in. Although most of the talk is all about that this time the cut may not happen, but maybe in the future cycles, and the commentary is going to be very important. Are you then looking at the interest rate sensitive sectors favorably, looking at conducive environment shaping up across the globe? Is that likely to give a better buying opportunity, say in realty, in autos, and in banking space from that angle, if one has to really look at it?
Absolutely, Sakshi. See, the thing is, the overall global central bank, whether it is Fed, RBI, and any other central bank, now they have seen the inflation is picking up. Now inflation is coming down, and now they are into the comfortable zone to reduce the rate of interest. And I think this will definitely going to implement within a quarter or 2 quarter. So I think the market will sense it before, and I think all the rate sensitive stocks like auto, the reality, as you said, the banking, these stocks can outperform. And I think next 1 month is going to be a very good opportunity for the long-term investor in these sectors. So definitely, we are also waiting for the global market commentary and the interest rate cycle when they are going to change. So we believe that these sectors going to be perform well.
Okay. So that's as far as the interest rate cycle could be concerned. And of course, remember that Japan has hiked the interest rates, after for the first time in 17 years, as it shifted from its long-running ultra-loose monetary policy as well. So this, contrast will definitely be important to track as we move forward. What's happening in Asian markets, leading markets over there versus what's happening in the developed countries. So that will be extremely important for us to track even going forward from here. Some of the auto companies are actually pulling up and trying to maintain hold on to the green spot. So Bajaj Auto, Eicher Motors, for example, those are the two stocks that are still holding up amid those just 6-7 movers on the upside as far as the Nifty gainers are concerned. M&M, that's another one that's of course doing well. In the auto segment, where exactly are you keeping your focus? Is it more two-wheelers, is it more four-wheelers, or is it just stock specific where we have seen outperformance like Tata Motors and where things are going to be looking probably just catching up in trade? Where exactly would you be putting in fresh money?
Sakshi, I'm looking for EV segment especially. So I believe M&M and Tata Motor. These two stocks are looking very good. So I believe M&M, Mahindra and Mahindra, trading around 1800 level. So 1860, 1870 is the very good level where we can buy with the stop loss of 1840. And apart from that, Tata Motor is is also looking very attractive at 950, 960 level. One can buy this stock with the stop loss of 925, 930 for the target of 1000. So I believe there is one block deal going to happen in Tata Motor. So after that, definitely I'm going to initiate my buy call with my investors.
Okay. What about stocks like JBM Auto? Again, they are back in action in trade today. This news flow of 7,500 crore rupees order. We do know JBM Auto has been one of those outperformers in the EV related play over the last 1 year. The stock is shot up what 200, 220 odd percent already, and of course there has been a long history of wealth creation again, but it's just the last 1 year where things really picked up pace. Apart from JBM Auto, there was also Electra Green Tech, and of course the auto ancillary majors who now are getting keen orders from the EV players. How are you looking at these players particularly?
Electra Green is really looking very good stock. The stock we have recommended at your channel around 1100 and 1000 level earlier. Now the stock is trading at 1700. So the stock is in consolidation zone. I believe the stock can correct up to 1660, 1640 level. That will be a level where we can initiate the buy with the stop loss of 1620. And apart from that, JBM Auto, I don't think that there's much steam left in this stock. So I think we should avoid this stock immediately, and we can see after any other stock in this segment. So Electra buy, JBM Auto avoid.
Electra you can buy, you can avoid JBM Auto for now. That's the word coming in. What about the tire sector? We've seen a slew of stocks in the last 2 months or showing some kind of an uptake. So Balkrishna Industries, CET moved up. MRF, of course, it's a big ticket one, so we can exclude it. But the rest of the space was moving up. Today again, Balkrishna Industries is showing some upticks in the FNO space. But there's a brokerage house report that now talks about, rubber prices increasing, and that really looking as a headwind for the entire sector going forward from here. Would you be looking at this space or would you avoid it?
Sakshi, I think 20% correction has been done in CET, Apollo Tire, and other Paris stock except MRF. So I believe CET and Apollo Tire are really looking good on this at this point of time. So I believe Apollo Tire is a buy with the stop loss of 430. CET is a buy with the stop loss of 2400. So these two stocks can buy. I'll definitely avoid BKT and MRF because I don't think there's any other structure is going on in this stock chart. So these two stocks, CET and Apollo, are looking good on chart.
Okay, got that. So those are the two stock ideas that you'll be betting big on as far as the tire space is also concerned. Raghavendra, the other important bits are the outperformers of the past. Of course, the spaces like PSU stocks, for example, stocks from the defense basket, for example. Now, we do know that continuously we are seeing more and more news flow of order flows coming in, but there are many PSUs that have also corrected about 35-40% from the peak levels they had seen. Now, for all those investors who've been looking at some of these PSU stocks, SJVN, NBCC, NTPC, you look at all of these REC, PFC, there are a slew of stocks from the PSU basket that have somehow seen some corrections from the peak. Would you advise them to build on positions, investors at this point in time in some of these stocks? And if you could name a few stocks too?
Definitely, Sakshi. See, the thing is that the PSU stock had given almost 200%, 300% run up in last 6 to 7 months. Now the stock has corrected around 30%, 40%, especially railway stocks. Railway stocks, IRFC, IRDA, IRCON, all these three stocks have been corrected around 25% to 50%. So now I believe apart from these railway stocks, there are the energy stocks, PFC, REC, there are few more stocks which we can name where we are looking potential buy. So all these stocks I'm buying right now. It's a bold statement. Definitely we are buying. We are recommending to our investor trader buy these stocks. Hold for 6 months at least because see we will definitely till the election the market is going to be very choppy. Ups and downs will be there, but this is a right time to invest. We can invest in these stocks because these stocks are looking, trading at very lower price. So 40% is a very healthy correction. So I think definitely we can buy PSU stocks at this point of time.
Okay, got that. Any particular sector, Raghavendra, where you feel that things are now too much done? I mean, it's overheated now. One should really stay away from such segments. Would you look at some of those sectors which are now overheated, higher valuations at this point in time, completely to be overlooked by the investors at this point?
I think most of the stocks have been already corrected, whether it is PSU, whether it is private banks, whether it is metal and any other. So I don't think there's any, much heated stocks or sector are left. So all
Acha.
IT stocks also, IT is also corrected. So I believe if we are looking for some stocks, we can choose, sector-wise few stock like IT. IT we can go for Wipro, TCS, and media stocks, NDTV. These stocks are looking good. Metal, JSW Steel, Tata Steel. So we can choose few stocks from the different sector, and we can go for investment.
Okay, got that. Let's again discuss some of the other stocks that are in momentum and look at what's really in the brighter side. For example, in the markets, especially from the broader markets, Kohinoor Foods, that's been constantly moving up. It was at an upper circuit yesterday, 7% higher in trade again. Triveni Turbine, that's moving up 7% higher. This is all from the broader market, unrelated sectors, and I will tell you what all is moving here. Surana Solar is up 6%, PNB Gilts is up 6.5% in trade. You have Rama Steel Tubes that's moving up, Shipping Corporation of India, that's in focus again. Then you do have MRPL, that's up 5.5% in trade again. Those are some of the stocks that are really doing well. Would you have a view on any of these names that I took? Do you track any of these stocks interestingly?
Um, Sakshi, Kohinoor Food, we can look for the investment because they are the
Okay.
biggest exporter of rice, in India, and they export the rice in Pakistan and Iran. So I think the valuation is very attractive. The stock was trading around 70, 75 in recent time, now trading at 50. So the stock at trading at good valuation. Apart from that, definitely MRPL, Mangalore Refinery. I think the stock is trading above 200, which is good. We can see the stock can touch around 250, 260 level with the stop loss of 200. We can buy. So these two stocks I'm looking for.
Okay, let's also welcome our other guest on the show now. Kush Godasara is also now joining us on this very special edition. He's again a market expert. Kush, good afternoon to you. Good to have you on Business Today Television and on Market Today. You tell us, how are you looking at the current fall in the markets? Is most of it done? Is some more pain left in the markets, be it in the benchmarks, be it in the broader markets? How are you looking to navigate the last 10, 11 days, of this fiscal year so far? Is it going to be a painful end to, pretty good year in the markets where we have seen substantial milestones being hit in the markets?
Good afternoon, and thank you for inviting me on the show. Definitely, I have been short on the market since last week. I think this is just the start of a new beginning of a downtrend. We were holding on 21,900, which was 10 weeks average since 19th of November. Today is the first time in almost 4 months that we have breached this support level on the weekly charts. So of course we need to wait till Friday. If we close below 21,900 by this Friday, we may see a big fall. I believe we may see 20,300 by next two expiries. That is by May end. I am of a view that this is just the starting of a big correction. So if you are a long-term investor and you have some profits on the books, and this is a financial year end, you can book some profits on the direct equity and maybe start SIP in the form of mutual funds, because that would help you down for averaging next 2 3 months. So overall, I am very much bearish on the market.
Okay. Would you also suggest that this is the time that investors who've actually reaped a lot of profit over the last 6 months rally, 8 months odd rally across the board, is it good enough time for them to perhaps book out their profits and then look at keeping some dry powder ready to deploy afresh whenever the next cycle begins? How are you advising clients to really deal with this kind of a downturn in the markets?
Definitely, I would advise you not to book out 100% because it's
Okay.
very difficult to accurately say that we will turn around from this point. But definitely, 50% you should book out. I'm sure if you have invested in say, good quality small caps and mid caps, you are almost earning 40 to 50% on an average because index itself has almost tripled in a year. So I would recommend to book at least 50% profit and sit on cash. Start investing once we have settle down on the technical support level. So definitely exit 50% of your position.
Okay, 50% of the position you can exit at this point in time. That would be a good strategy. Any particular stocks that you've identified that you'd like to add in this kind of a falling market, Kush?
Definitely, two stocks are on my radar, which are moving contrary to the market trend. One is Geo Financials. They have a good setup, and I think they are already making a buzz pre-revenue valuation. So Geo Financial is a stock. Maybe I would buy at current levels with the stop loss of 320. Target would be around 395 within next 2 months. And second is Bharti Airtel. Data is the new gold, and almost like a duopoly in the market. I feel that data's demand would keep on increasing, and with the IPL coming up, and there are vacations, the data usage is going to spark up. So I think Bharti Airtel is also good buy for a quarter. Stop loss would be 1180. Target would be 1350. So overall, I'm bearish on the market, but you can hedge your short positions by going long with Bharti Airtel and Geo Financials.
Okay, Geo Financial and Bharti Airtel. Let me also take Raghavendra's view on Geo Financial. Raghavendra, of course, this stock has been in the buzzing zone. Even in this kind of a falling market, you can see a 0.4% of an uptick coming in on this one. Good set of volumes as well. Geofin shares, in fact, if we look at the kind of move that we've seen over the last 5 days, it's been flattish. Last 1 month or 29% of a surge is what we've already seen on Geofin. And it has been in an uptrend from last 2 to 3 months odd consistently too. How would you really look at Geofin now at 353? Is it a stock that one should continue to invest via a SIP strategy on a monthly basis for a long term? Would you advise that?
Sakshi, do you remember at what level we recommended this stock with you? 210, 200,
Yes.
215 level, right? And
Yes.
since then, I'm continuously telling everyone that hold this stock. This is going to be a next Bharti Airtel as far as price is concerned. So I believe still, no one should, book for the price. Buy on every day. Hold this stock for at least for 6 to 8 months, and then we can talk about the prices. So wait for the right time and keep investing in Geo in the SIP mode, whether you want to SIP or whether you want to invest with the huge amount. But invest in Geo Finance.
Invest in geofinance. Perhaps it could turn out to be the next Bharti Airtel. And that's the word of confidence coming in from Raghavendra. And Raghavendra, I don't forget your thought process behind Coal India. You were the first one to talk about,
Absolutely.
even before the stock had started to move, that this is a stock that is perhaps not making coal anymore. It's probably making diamonds, and that will
Yeah.
be proved. That will get proved over the next few days. In fact, we've seen a months long rally on this one as well. So investors' money has doubled from the time that you started to talk about the stock, on our channel as well. So kudos to you for that. The second vote of confidence, similar, strength of confidence that you're sharing with us on Geo Financial as well. So we will keep tracking both these stocks with you as well. What else, Raghavendra, looks attractive to you in this market, and where exactly would you be keeping your focus?
Vodafone Idea is very eager to reduce their debt by selling the stake in Indus Tower. So I believe one can buy this stock for a small target of 15 rupees. This stock is looking good at this point of time because the stock is corrected from 18 and 19 level. So the company is focused on reducing the debt, and I think we can see the moment in stock price also. And apart from that, Reliance is looking good. I think Reliance is trading around 2850, 2800 level is a very strong base from where it has given a U-turn every time. So I think Reliance is looking good at this point of time, and the Vodafone. Apart from that, I think we have to wait and watch for the next move of the Nifty and Bank Nifty. Then after we can look for some other stocks.
Okay. What we'll do, viewers, is we'll take a very quick break. When we return, both Raghavendra and Kush will be with us, and we will continue to discuss more stock ideas with both of them. Stay with us on Market Today and on Business Today television.
Darwin Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates with global footprints. It is setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe from multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines and many other sectors.
Welcome back. You're watching Market Today on Business Today television. I'm Sakshi Batra, and with me are two very special guests, Raghavendra Singh, and also with us is Kush Kodasara. Kush, let me understand from you, technically speaking, which are the key sectors that are looking promising to you in this kind of a weak market as well, and where do you see the first bounce really coming in when the markets recover?
Definitely, I think auto sector would see the first bounce. But as of now, if I look at the thematic indices of all the sectors, they are all looking either they're into correction or looking sideways. So maybe, but first turnaround after a correction, I think would be in auto sector, followed by energy, because I think energy sector has a evergreen demand. So you should focus on say stock specific of the same group. I think Tata Power and Tata Motors. I would first buy them after a deep correction.
Okay, Tata Power and Tata Motors. What about the other third Tata stock? Tata Steel, for example. Would you also be looking at that one as well?
Definitely, data still looks good technically, but it has a commodity cycles are pretty much large, so not for a quick rally. But yes, if for a long-term investor, definitely for 3 to 4 years of view, I would buy at current levels. But if after a downturn, if you're looking at quick money when we move like a V-shaped recovery, then I think high beta stocks like Tata Motors and Tata Power would do better.
Okay, Raghavendra, which of the Tata stocks are you betting big on at this point in time?
Tata Steel definitely metal. Metal will give you first sign of recovery when Nifty is coming up. So I believe
Okay.
Tata Steel is looking very good at this point of time. Apart from that, TCS has already given 4 to 5% correction, which is very good. The stock was trading in overbought zone, now trading below 4,000, which is a very attractive level. So I believe again we can see 4,200 in TCS. Tata is still also looking very good.
Okay, fair enough. Tata Steel is also looking very good at this point in time. Let's also talk about some of the other stocks in the power and the energy space, since you briefly touched upon it, Kush. In the gainers list, I can also spot Torrent Power. That's up 6% in trade. It's now trading at 1259 odd rupees, and over the last few days, the stock has actually gained a lot of momentum. If we look at the last 5 days, move on the stock, we will clearly be able to see that 8% move has come in just in the last 5 days, and of course over the last 6 months or 75% of kind of a move is what we've seen on Torrent Power. What's the next target for this one? If you track this stock, can you share with us?
Definitely. Two reasons why I would buy this stock, Torrent Power, is first, technically, of course, we have seen a good rally since last March. We have moved from 500 to 1300. Technically, it looks strong with the stop loss of 1140. For a long-term investment, target would be around 1600. Fundamentally, also, I think they are performing well because I'm belonging to Ahmedabad, and Torrent Power has his headquarters in Ahmedabad. Since 2006, I've never seen a power cut unless if there was some technical issues. So I think Torrent Power has given us a habit in Ahmedabad that we don't require generators also. So the service point of thing they are doing great, and even they are charging a little bit higher than average state electricity board. So they are charging a premium which customers are willing to pay because they are providing such services. And now they are extending to other cities like Agra, Surat. So I think Torrent Power is a good bet for a long-term investment, not for the short term. 1140 can be a stop loss. First target would be 1500.
Okay, Raghavendra, your own sense on Torrent Power, do you look at it favorably, or are there other favorites of yours in this energy pack apart from Coal India, which we've already discussed?
NTPC is looking good. NTPC has given very strong up move in recent time. Now the stock has corrected and the stock is trading in a very narrow range. So the stock is trading in band position, I think NTPC. So the range should be around 295, 300 level to 340 level. So the stock can one can buy this stock with the stop of 300 target 330, 335.
Okay, got that. So that's as far as the power space is concerned. Let's also in the same breath discuss about the other aspect of energy, that's the oil and gas basket as well. Of course, we've seen re-rating play across OMCs as well as the upstream companies, ONGC, Oil India, MRPL. Those are the spaces that have really performed very, very well. Chennai Petro over the last few months or so. Kush, your own sense currently in this dip, how are you looking at the move in the entire oil and gas space? Is it done for now, or do you still see a lot of value in any of the stocks?
Definitely, I think IOC. Maybe I would bet on IOC for long term. Technically, we have seen a good correction. I think now stop loss is very nearby. Around 440 is a good support on IOC. So I think IOC could be a good bet from current levels. Even they have a good dividend payout ratio. So for a long term investment, I will buy IOC at current levels.
Okay. Raghavendra, your own sense in the entire ONGC or in the entire oil and gas segment, and what exactly would you be sharing with us in terms of specific stocks here?
So we have already entered into the election year, and election is coming. So I'll definitely avoid oil and gas stock because they are the most sensitive stock as far as election is concerned. So for me, for next 6 months, I'll not go for the oil and gas stocks.
Next few months, you will avoid the oil and gas stocks. What about the
Absolutely.
underperforming sectors? Do you see any kind of favorable move coming in for those, say, FMCG space, pharma space? Are you looking at these two spaces perform anytime soon? Raghavendra?
Actual is breaking their low 52 weeks low every day, and ITC again is trading around 400 410 level. So these two stocks are looking good, but still ITC is my favorite one. ITC we have recommended so many times on the channel. ITC is still trading around 410 400 level. So one can buy this stock ITC with the stop loss of 400 for the target of 430 435.
Okay, Kush, your own sense, anything that you'd like to highlight from FMCG or pharma where you are looking at favorably at this point in time?
Definitely, FMCG, I'm thinking is a good segment to invest for a long term. I agree, this is one of my favorite pick, but currently, if you look at the FMCG index, it is trading below 200 average as an index. So I'm a little bit afraid at current levels. So rather, I would start by mutual fund SIP in FMCG thematic fund as of now, rather than going stock specific at current levels. So of course, on a correction, I will accumulate ITC around 380. But as of now, if someone wants to start investing in FMCG, start with mutual fund SIP in FMCG thematic fund.
Okay. From the FMCG basket, it's Colgate that is in focus again for 3.5 to 4% down in trade. And after 3 days of move on the positive side, the shares have dropped today. In the last 1 month, the stock was up about 4%. Last 6 months, the stock went up about 20.5%, and it's again down 3.5%. Is Colgate something that you track closely, Kush? And can you tell us what's the way ahead for this one?
Definitely, Colgate seems to be interesting for sure. But I think 10-day average, which was acting as a strong support around 2640 is breached today. So as of now, I won't buy the stock. Of course, definitely we have seen a good return. So if you are a short-term investor, you may book some profits. I think the fair value to enter this stock would be around 2480, which is a good support.
Okay. Let's look at the big drags on the markets right now and see maybe if these dips should be something that you can look at. Deep cuts are coming in on BPCL today, 4% down in trade. You also have Cipla and Dr. Reddy's, they are down 3.5%. Britannia, Nestle, from the pharma space, they are down in trade. IT Pack, of course, HCL Tech, Wipro, Infosys, TCS, all of them are down in trade, anywhere between 2.5 to 3.5%. Adani Group stocks are under pressure again. Adani Enterprises, Adani Ports, they are falling down in trade. We've already discussed power names like NTPC and Power Grid that are down in trade. NHPC, Coal India, they're all suffering some losses in trade today. Kush, would you be comfortable sharing your view with us as far as some of those stocks again which I was looking at from the Adani Group are concerned? Again, they were in a volatile action. We did see news flows coming about in this week itself that US has expanded its probe as far as bribery case is concerned. That led to a knee-jerk reaction on most of the stocks. The stocks came back into flavor yesterday again. Again, they're down in trade. And of course, again, some supportive brokerage houses reports are coming in again in favor of Adani Group stocks. How should one be really looking at these stocks amid this volatility?
Definitely, Adani has been in news quite some time last year. So right now, I am focusing only on what chart says, and in Gujarati, as we say, Bhav Bhagwan Che. So looking at Adani price, I think they are all resisting near to 15-day averages. Definitely, I am going short on Adani Enterprise. 3180 is the stop loss. I think all Adani stocks are looking in a downturn. We may see at least 2 to 3% correction more from current level. So Ambuja Cement is one of the stocks which has not corrected from Adani space. I think that could also correct from this current level. So I think if you are a short-term trader, F&O player, you can short Adani Enterprise and Ambuja Cement.
Ambuja Cement. Okay. Of course, Jan to March is one period where cement stocks started to pick up pace in January month. Again, they dwindled in this volatile trade. Raghavendra, how are you looking at this entire space? I remember in the month of January, there were a slew of mid-cap cement names that we were going big on, discussing almost on an everyday basis. And again, they have lost their, move and trend somewhere in between. How would you look at this entire space and any particular stocks that you're constantly adding on value?
Ultratech Cement and the ACC. These two stocks are looking good on the chart. ACC above 2400, I think 2380, 2400 is the resistance zone. Now, if this stock trade above that, I believe the stock have potential to touch 2500 plus level. Ultratech Cement trading near 9000, 9400. So I think the Ultratech Cement can touch around 9700, 9800. One can buy with the stop loss of 9350, 9300 level. So these two stocks are really looking good on the chart as far as cement sector is concerned.
Okay. Well, Ultratech Cement, that's the pick coming in from Raghavendra. What we'll do is we'll take a very, very quick break. Selling pressure intensifying as far as the major market is concerned. Nifty now down 250 points. It's now testing 21,800 on the downside as of now. The key stocks that are pulling down the index include stocks like RIL, TCS, Infosys. These are the major contributors to the downside. We'll come back and we'll discuss both with Kush and with Raghavendra, what could be the way forward for the markets tomorrow? What is the strategy you need to follow? And going forward, any particular segments that you need to remain cautious with? Stay with us.
Darwin Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates with global footprints. It is setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe from multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines and many other sectors.
Welcome back. You're watching Market Today on Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Batra, and with me, Raghavendra Singh and Kushko Dasara both discussing with me how should one remain protected in this kind of a downturn in the markets. No need for panic. There could be some more consolidation in the way, but this opportunity could somehow be a positive one in case you are a stock picker, in case you want to add on to some of the stocks. At the same time, Kush has advised that, where you are getting excess profits, it's best to book out at least partial profits and then enjoy the rest of the ride in the markets as well. That's the broader sense that we've garnered from our guests. And of course, we've been discussing a whole host of themes. We discussed autos, we discussed metals, we discussed the IT names, we discussed cement, a whole host of stocks, Adani Group stocks, Tata Group stocks, conglomerate stocks. We've discussed a varied, list of stocks in trade today. Where exactly should one be keeping their focus on? Let me also point out some of the stocks that are still, that in fact hit a 52-week high even on a day like today, when the markets are down to 40 odd points. Bharti Airtel, of course, that's the one that touched a 52-week high of 1240, that we do know that was picked up by Kushko Dasara in trade today. Interglobe Aviation, that also shot up. Of course, it's now down by 0.4%, but it did touch a 52-week high of 33.42. Linde India, that's been constantly on the up move, higher ticket price, but that also touched a 52-week high. CRISIL also jumped to 52.50. It's now come down 4% after touching that intraday high. On the flip side, which are the stocks that are at 52-week low? PVR. 1275, that's the level that it hit today on 52-week low levels. IFL Finance, the downturn continues, 359. Blue Dart, that hit a 54.90 kind of level. HUL is down 2,246 odd points, level is what we saw for this one. Atul Industries, Bata India, those are the stocks that hit a 52-week low. Now, when we talk about FMCG majors like HUL, we were discussing a whole host of stocks, ITC were positive on, and we discussed a slew of others. But what about HUL? These kind of stocks have actually not done anything over the last 3 years odd or so. How would you really look at such stocks, Kush? Is it best to stay away from such stocks?
But definitely, I think I would stay away from HUL as of now. As we discussed, FMCG index is overall looking quite weak, and definitely, stocks which have not performed in last 3 months, 3 years against the benchmark is the thing I don't want to have in my portfolio. Of course, definitely they have a good value, but I think now they have, the extra goodwill premium they were used to enjoy since 3 decades. Now they are facing tough competitions from many Indian brands also. So I think definitely I would exit HUL if I am in profits right now.
Okay, let me try and pick out any stocks which I can as bright spots among this kind of a downturn. Paytm, Raghavendra, let me discuss that with you. 3 consecutive days of gains, and it's moved up 12% in the last 5 days odd or so. Of course, we did see the entire episode of RBI talking about Paytm's payment bank that led to a downfall, but perhaps things are improving a bit. Now there are some approvals coming in from NPCI as far as the third party applicant is concerned as a multi-bank model for this one. Then of course we've seen that beyond March 15, that was the deadline for the payments bank that RBI had extended. Beyond that, people have realized that the services are pretty much intact as far as the Paytm company is concerned. It's not disrupted that much. Would you look at this stock? And of course, we did see Yes Securities talking about a 50% target, 505 kind of targets coming in. How would you really look at Paytm at this point?
Actually, whenever you start talking about the Paytm, I start smiling on this stock. See, the thing is, it is very clear. See, if RBI is giving, NOC and everything they are giving in their favor, then why stock is still trading at 50% discount price? So I believe the company has some technical issues, company has some financial issues. I don't think the stock is going to recover very soon. Apart from the stock, there are so many stocks who are trading at good valuation, but Paytm, I'll definitely say no, no, and no. Better choose for some other stock. There are one more stock, you can say Zomato. Zomato is trading at very good attractive price. One can look for that. Why to invest only in 197? Better go for some other stocks.
Go for 157 on Zomato at this point in time.
Absolutely.
Zomato is 157. What's the next target for you? Can it go past 200 rupees, Raghavendra?
Definitely. Why not? The stock has potential to cross 200 plus level. So, Tomato is looking good apart from this 197 Paytm.
Okay. Paytm mat karo, Zomato order karo. Filhal, that's
Absolutely.
the view coming in from Raghavendra. Kush, what about you? Are you also fond of ordering on Zomato, and would you be ordering Zomato from the stock markets at these levels?
Definitely, as a disclosure, I'm holding Zomato. I am of the same view as sir that Paytm has, I don't understand the business itself, and I would going for a super app. I will go with some specialty. So if I want to book a airplane, I would go with Is My Trip. If I want to book a train ticket, I will go to IRCTC. If I want to order, I will go to Zomato. Why should I use Paytm? So that's also a mentality of a user. And Zomato, as a disclosure, I have been investing since 65 rupees, and I am still bullish on Zomato. I think I agree, stock could cross 240 by year end.
240 and by your end.
Yes.
Okay, so there you have it, 200 plus Raghavendra said, and 240 a clear target on the technical levels coming in from Kush. So Zomato from the new age tech companies is where the bullish view is really coming in from. At this point in time, you can avoid Paytm. Good, views coming in on Zomato. So we'll keep that in mind even on our day-to-day trading moves when we see on these stocks as well. What else is looking positive to you? It's a very difficult market to really pick out any stocks because the markets are constantly, down and about. But where do we go from here? Let's start preparing for tomorrow then. Raghavendra, how would you really advise? You already talked about that we are now soon approaching financial year end, and of course the last expiry of this financial year. How would you really see markets to play out over the next 10-11 days? Is it going to be similar, and what's the best strategy to have? Should one really take a holiday, not look at the markets at this point in time, or should one be really aggressive and buy some more stocks as and when every day we see dips coming in?
So the best trading idea is not to trade in this market. Apart from this, I know it is very difficult to, close your account and go for holiday as far as March ending is concerned. So whether it is coming down, whether it is going up, there are some few strategies which we can follow. I have recommended yesterday buy 22,000 put and say 21,800 put to lot bear spread. Now today again we can buy 21,800 put one lot, and we can sell 21,600 put two lots. This is going to save your portfolio tomorrow if we open 100 to 100 point down. Bank Nifty, I think Bank Nifty can touch 46,000 level tomorrow. So I believe 46,300, 46,500 put one can buy for tomorrow.
Okay. Kush, what about you? Any BTST, STBT trades that you'd like to advise for tomorrow?
I will go with STBT. I think Bank Nifty could, slip more tomorrow because we have not seen comparatively a big dip in that. So there are two banks which I think we should short for STBT. First is HDFC Bank. I would like to short HDFC Bank at current levels, future levels 1452. Stop loss would be 1469. Target tomorrow would be 1421. So 10 rupees stop loss and target would be around 30 rupees. Second is ICICI Bank. I think it is resisting near to 10-day moving average even today. 1095 should be a stop loss, and target for tomorrow would be 1055. So around 25 rupees cut against 10 rupees of stop loss.
Okay. Raghavendra, any particular stocks that you'll be watching out for tomorrow? Any BTST, STBT trades?
Balrampur Chini, you have missed this stock. You have missed this sector entirely, Sakshi. So I think Balrampur Chini is looking good. One can go for this.
Okay.
Balrampur Chini. One can go for stop with the stop loss of 355 for the target of 370, 375 tomorrow, BTST.
Okay, okay. How can one forget the sugar space when Holi is coming up and that's the
Yes,
festival of
absolutely.
sweets? One should
We
not
are
be
entering the
forgetting
Holi
this.
festival.
We are going to be indulging in a whole host of sweets, so why should we let go of the sweetening sector at this point in time? Kush, are you also looking at any
Absolutely.
sugar stocks apart from Balrampur Chini that, thanks to our friend Raghavendra, he's highlighted for trade today?
Rather, I will go with Zomato where they will deliver the sweets.
Zomato. What about Jubilant Foods? Let me bring that up. I can just talk about Jubilant Foods is also picking up some pace. If you look at it, it's suddenly picked up 1% higher and it's moving up in the F&O space. I can see, the last few minutes have seen some kind of action build up on this one too. How would you look at Jubilant Food?
I think Jubilant Food I would recommend to avoid because this is just maybe a small trap. 460 is a good resistance. I think
Okay.
local these areas are giving good competition in metro and mega cities.
Okay, so avoid Jubilant Food, but Zomato is a clear, point that Kush wants to come across, that in case there is anything related to food that you want to get into, it's going to be Zomato in this Holi season going forward from here.
Also, IPL is cycling, so I think from Friday IPL is also, so there will be gatherings. So Zomato will be the main event.
Oh, okay. So there is this sports angle also coming up. All right, Raghavendra, you also have to come out with something else as well, which can give takkar to Zomato. With of course festivals and sports coming in as favorable buys for this one.
Sakshi, you are again missing one more important thing because we
Which
are
is?
entering into Holi.
Yeah.
Holi and IPL is coming. Beverages. So we are
Beverages.
missing. Yes, UBL is looking good. UBL
Yeah.
one can go for this is stock. Zomato, as Kush said, the stock is looking good. I'm also buying this stock and recommending. I don't
Okay.
eat pizza, so I don't prefer that Pavilion food stock. So
Okay.
United Beverages, one can go for this stock.
Okay, so there you have it. See, even in a dull market, we've been able to create such lip-smacking conversations across food, sweets, beverages. What is it that, you do know what our guests are getting into in this holy period as well. But what a great conversation, and thanks to both of you, Raghavendra, and thanks to Kush for sharing with us such bright ideas with all our viewers, even in this kind of a tough market. And of course, we take your point across that, of course, this is going to be perhaps the flavor of the markets over the next 10-12 days. One has to keep some patience. In case you have excesses, book out, but you can still look at some attractive buys that you can spot in this downturn, like Zomato, we've talked about, and UBL, Raghavendra has talked about as well, a whole host of other stocks that we've discussed. Many thanks to both of you for joining us
Thank you
on
so
this
much.
very special edition. Time to wind down the markets now. Let's start wrapping up. If we look at the Nifty right now, it's a percent down in trade, 242. That's the level at which the Nifty is trading at 21,814. So looks like we are going to be holding on to that 21,800 mark for now. Of course, we've slipped below the level that we were discussing right in the morning, 21,900. And that's a crucial support zone that it's breaking below. But now 21,800, and the supports are shifting lower. Most of our experts are now talking about even 21,400. One should be prepared for, even though it will not come in one go. There could be volatile periods, but that could be the next support zone that you should be looking at. As far as the Nifty Bank is concerned, of course, this index also did not really participate in trade today, although this fell much lesser than what the major index did. So the Nifty Bank, is ending close to about 0.5% lower in trade. You can see a slew of choppiness that released from the word go, that started off and panned out on the Nifty Bank as well. 46,350 is where it's ending in. Top gainers today, Bajaj Auto, top spot, 1.4% higher, driving in a faster lane. Also pulling with itself Kotak Mahindra Bank, Bajaj Finance, Eicher Motors, HDFC Bank also pulling up, ICICI Bank, Bajaj Finserv and Hindalco. Those are the limited stocks that remained in the positive zone as far as the Nifty is concerned. So you had auto, you had large cap private banks, and you also had metal counters like Hindalco really pulling up in action, and Bharti Airtel and Titan also pulling up in trade today. On the downside, TCS pulled the show, dragged the Nifty IT index and dragged the Nifty as well, followed by BPCL, Cipla, Britannia, Dr. Reddy's, Tata Consumer Products, IndusInd Bank, Wipro, HCL Tech, Nestle. These were the stocks that dragged on the Nifty index. Among the futures, movers on the downside, you had Godrej Consumer Products, you had Oracle Financial Services around 3.5%. You had HPCL, Exide Industries, Siemens, Hindustan Copper 3.8% lower. A whole host of these stocks that did not perform. On the brighter side, from the F&O action, you had Oberoi Realty 4.2% higher, RBL Bank, Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Auto, Granules, TVS Motor. So the two-wheeler stocks really, pulling up in trade today in a falling market. Max Financials, Balkrishna, Balrampur Chini, that was very well highlighted by Raghavendra in trade today. And of course, Steel Authority of India, metals we already discussed, where metals and autos is where most of our experts do believe that when the next uptrend starts in the markets, that's where the recovery will really start off in the markets as well. So those are the key stocks that have been making all the limelight, but looks like we are looking at a close, yes, above 21,800, so 21,813. That's where the Nifty has shut shop. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll wind up this special edition, but do stay tuned on to Business Today, as we will continue to share with you more stocks that you need to keep an eye out on, even beyond the markets, and the stocks that you need to keep in your focus when the markets open tomorrow as well. Until then, many thanks for tuning in.
Darwin Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates with global footprints. It is setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe from multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines and many other sectors.
Mr. Chakri Lokpriya joins in. He's the managing partner at Red Strawberry LLP. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for taking the time out, and very good morning to you. Always a pleasure to host you on Business Today television. It's block deals galore that we are seeing. TCS, AB, Sun Life, AMC as well. And of course, before that, we've seen a slew of other companies also announcing such block deals. How are you looking at this entire scenario play out? What does it mean for the average retail investor out there?
Good morning. If you look at TCS, the 9,300 odd crores that they will raise, and after that, their holding comes down to about 72 odd percent. So, I think from a overall, it's about a 3.5% discount. It doesn't really make much of a difference for the outlook for the stock. And in terms of, I guess, the other guests will talk better on technicals, but on fundamentals, I think it's still fine. The company is not overvalued at all. And as far as the Aditya Birla is concerned, I think they're continuing to bring down their shareholding to that 75% mark. Again, the fundamentals are actually fairly attractive, given some of the concerns that are there for the asset management industry of lower pricing. The margins are coming down for the industry and are likely to remain so. And so from that perspective, I'd still stay away from the asset management industries as an investment, but TCS looks okay.
details of electoral bonds have opened a Pandora's box, with Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin's DMK coming under scanner. The DMK affidavit to the EC, now made public after the Supreme Court verdict, reveals that businessman Santiago Martin was the DMK's largest donor. In total, DMK received rupees 656.5 crore through electoral bonds, of which 77% or 509 crore rupees came from the Lottery Kings, Future Gaming and Hotel Services. The company is the top buyer of electoral bonds according to data shared by the poll body. Out of their purchase of electoral bonds worth rupees 1,368 crore, 37% went to M.K. Stalin's party. Politics has erupted over the Lottery Kings fundings, with the BJP claiming that the DMK stands exposed ahead of the crucial Lok Sabha polls.
When the Election Commission data for DMK was released, then everybody thought, how can you get 90% from one company, that which is involved in lottery and gaming? Now DMK has to come out, because the same chief has gone against one private news magazine in Tamil Nadu for defamation, where he has given it in writing to the court as an affidavit. He never took money from any of the company that is involved in gambling business or gaming business.
The DMK has defended the donations.
They have threatened certain people. They have sent ED and income tax authorities for a raid, and after getting those bonds, they have stopped it. So they have pressurized people to give them money. So we have not pressurized anybody to give money.
Electoral bond is an extortion racket, well planned by the BJP, and they claim everybody else is corrupt. BJP is not just corrupt, they have run an extortion racket. This has never happened in independent India.
Newly published data reveals that the BJP encashed electoral bonds worth 8,250 crore rupees from 2017 till 2024. During the period, the Congress received 1,951 crore rupees. The TMC comes third at 1,716 crore rupees. The BRS got 1,405 and the BJD got 1,019 crore rupees respectively. None of these parties have revealed who their donors are. The opposition has demanded a probe into the fund received by the BJP. The ruling party has rejected charges of corruption.
इलेक्ट्रल बॉन्ड ये भारतीय राजनीति में से काला धन समाप्त करने के लिए
नमस्कार, आप देख रहे हैं बिजनेस टुडे बाजार। मैं हूं हर्ष शर्मा और इस शो की हम लोग शुरुआत करें उससे पहले मैं कुछ चीज़ें आपको बता देना चाहता हूं। तो आज के बाज़ार ने निवेशकों को अच्छा खासा रुला दिया है। बाज़ार के हर एक पहलू की हम लोग चर्चा करेंगे, समझने की कोशिश करेंगे कि ये पेन आया कहाँ से है, ये गिरावट आई क्यों है। क्योंकि ग्लोबल मार्केट में तो परेशानी कहीं नहीं है। यूरोप के बाज़ार ठीक हैं, जापान के बाज़ार में आधा प्रतिशत ऊपर बंद हुए हैं। हालांकि पहले दिक्कत थी, लेकिन उसके बाद आधा प्रतिशत ये जो जापान के बाज़ार है वो ऊपर बंद हुए हैं। अगर आप नेस्डेक को देखें तो वहाँ पे भी स्थिति ठीक है, फ्लैट बंद हुए हैं। उसके बावजूद ये गिरावट आई क्यों है? क्या ये गिरावट और बढ़ेगी? कि क्या यहाँ पे कुछ ऐसे स्टॉक्स हैं जो गिरावट के बाद सस्ते हो गए हैं, वहाँ पे खरीदारी की जा सकती है? ये भी समझने की कोशिश करेंगे। और यहाँ पे लेकिन उससे पहले कुछ चीज़ें हम लोग जान लेते हैं। बाज़ार पिछले कुछ दिनों से 21,900 यानी कि एक रेंज को प्ले कर रहा था। वो जो आज जो रेंज थी वो ब्रेक डाउन हो गई, वो टूट गई है। यहाँ पे TCS ने बाज़ार को ट्रिगर कर दिया है। जो जिस मौके को कहते हैं ना कि बाज़ार एक मौका देखता तेज़ी के लिए और गिरावट के लिए, तो वो TCS ने यहाँ पे गिरावट का ट्रिगर किया है। निफ्टी IT को ज़बरदस्त नुकसान यहाँ पे हुआ है, यहाँ तक कि इसमें कोई भी रिकवरी देखने को नहीं मिली है। 21,900 की पुट पर 82 लाख शेयर हैं, वहीं कॉल पर 67 लाख शेयर हैं। 61 लाख शेयर जो है वो आज ही इसमें जुड़े हैं। यहाँ तक कि अगर आप फ़र्ज़ कर लीजिए, मान लीजिए कि 21,900 के लेवल पर कल बाज़ार में अगर वो लेवल भी पकड़ लेता है, तो उसके बावजूद 22,000 के लेवल पर 1,15,00,000 शेयर यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं, खड़े हुए हैं। वीकली कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की बात करें तो एक्सपायरी परसों है, लेकिन इंटरडे में 21,900 की कॉल पे काफ़ी बिक्री जो है वो देखने को मिल रही है। बैंक निफ्टी की बात की जाए तो यहाँ पे भी, लेकिन यहाँ पे एक सबसे अच्छी बात यहाँ पे ये रही कि बड़ी गिरावट नहीं आई है। बैंक निफ्टी अभी भी 100-डे एक्सपोनेंशियल मूविंग एवरेज पे वहाँ पे ब्रेक नहीं हुआ है। यहाँ पे 46,000 पर मजबूत सपोर्ट दिख रहा है। ये समझने की कोशिश करेंगे एक्सपर्ट से कि यहाँ पे किस तरीके का सपोर्ट दिख रहा है। अब यहाँ पे चर्चा की हम शुरुआत करेंगे। हमारे साथ जो जाने माने मार्केट एक्सपर्ट जुड़ रहे हैं वह खुश गोडासारा जी। सर, आपका स्वागत है बिजनेस टुडे बाजार में।
थैंक यू फॉर इनवाइटिंग मी।
सबसे पहला सवाल सर, ग्लोबल मार्केट की स्थिति तो यहाँ पर ठीक दिख रही है, तो फिर ये बाजार में आज गिरावट आई